What's popping, friends and Melons? I hope you're having a great Monday or whenever you're listening to this. I hope it finds you well. If it doesn't, guys, suck it up, bro.
If it's 6 a.m. and you're screaming in people's
We don't know that for sure. Hey, welcome back to a brand new podcast. It's the Takeaway Table.
Or now known
as the Table Talk.
We have a new guest this episode.
Come on.
Who you, what you do?
Hi everyone, my name is Jin.
Wow.
That's a familiar voice.
No, you're not listening to radio right now.
Yeah, otherwise people know me as JinnyBoy. You know what? Table talk sounds like what gangsters do.
Oh boy.
Like they sit down in corner to corner and be like, hey man, let's do a table talk now. Yeah, I was like, okay, lawyer.
Are you speaking from experience?
No.
Table talk. Actually, we didn't know that. Like,
oh, you didn't?
I had no idea.
No,
I thought you named it table talk just because like, hey, it's funny because like, you know, you have two people across each other and
from
like,
the table.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I feel like that makes this a lot more badass now.
Now we got some street cred right now.
Yeah, because like your set is beautiful. You've got like the light from the top. It looks like very moody. It looks like you know, if I were to change it up a bit, this could be like an interrogation scene right now.
It could be.
On the sides.
We need the lie detector hooked on you right now.
You are the first person who's tall enough for.
So you see the speech bubble actually looks like it's coming out your head.
This is what we wanted it to be. You're the only person who we invited who is able to reach that level.
Really?
Yeah. Congratulations.
Oh my god. So like if you actually watch it on YouTube right now, it looks like I'm saying ta.
Yeah, everyone's saying ta.
But
for everyone everyone who's listening in, you definitely know the voice of Jin, otherwise known as JinnyBoy, on his YouTube channels and everything he does. We have him in the studio today because we're gonna talk about some spicy things. I think tea is about to get spilled today.
Oh,
I don't know. I'm just saying that for fun.
Okay, let's spill the tea now.
It makes everything not on the tables, but yes. So Jin, no stranger.
Yeah.
We literally grew up listening to you as well.
Legit.
Damn, I sound so
not that you.
No, I think you were just really young when you joined radio.
You had a great start. I mean,
I think like a lot of people tend to think that I'm still like 27, 28.
You do have a ageless vibe.
Oh yes, I would like to think that, and I love the fact that people think that, but I'm actually 45 years old.
Are you serious?
You're not lah, dude. Shut your mouth.
Everybody's like looking at me like,
there was a bit of like, is that real?
Yeah. I started.
No way, are you serious?
No, I'm not serious. I'm kidding.
God.
But
a bit of a scare just now.
I actually, funnily enough, this was something that I didn't think that I would dabble myself into initially. Again. But the whole thing started when I was in college and I was probably flunking courses after courses. Not really flunking, but you know, like I didn't really have that much passion and
it's not called flunking if you didn't give it 100%.
What did you study?
Okay, so after SPM, which my results were horrible, by the way, you can go check out because I posted about it. People laughed.
I did.
I made failures feel like they were distinction achievers.
That's all you need to do.
I got English for maths and English. Sorry, I can't even speak properly.
You got English for English.
That's how bad I am. I got A for English and maths.
That's all that really matters to me.
Yeah, and BM is B, so I'm very proud I got B.
Yeah. It's actually pretty tough, to be honest. Yeah, BM is tough.
So I think after that, my mom wanted me to, you know, go into the whole sciences and whatever. She wanted me, I wanted to be a pilot. Okay. My mom wanted me to be a pilot because pilot, number one, can fly around the world
for free. The mother can tag along.
Okay. Yeah.
You have you have a beautiful long list of menu. I mean, you have beautiful girls to choose from to be your girlfriend.
Okay.
Right.
And then, you know, my mom always say this thing, you know, you study hard, make a lot of money, girls will like you. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh, that's the equation.
Okay.
It's not bad though.
It's so funny because by the time I was like 28 or 26, I was making money, but girls didn't like me.
Oh no.
I'm glad that Michelle.
But did you study hard though?
Yeah, I did. I did. Okay, so I did. I studied. I tried to apply for piloting and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Nobody got back. So obviously they'd be like, oh shite.
Should we kind of name drop who didn't get back to you?
Yeah, Singapore Airlines, obviously. For obvious reasons.
SIA, we're looking at you. I don't know why you didn't pick him up. It's your loss anyway.
Actually, I can answer that. I think I applied during the SARS period.
I see.
Yeah, so the timing could have been any better.
To be honest, I think no one got approved.
Probably. Especially when you're coming from another country, right?
Okay.
Eating with the other
Fair
SARS.
enough. So since piloting was a no-go, what do you end up actually studying?
Okay, so my mom told me to study like, you know, aeronautical engineering.
Whoa. So
and I was
very
like, oh cool, like aeroplane,
things,
everything aeroplane. Yeah, everything. That's right.
What's this, you know, flying obsession?
I know. Okay, like when I was young, I loved airplanes. I think every model that I had, my uncles bought for me, stuff like that. I would arrange it all in my room. my room had no posters, only airplanes.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'll fly airplanes, I'll whack airplanes as well.
Okay.
Okay.
I was just gonna say there's a very simple Chinese joke that we want to throw on, but you did it yourself.
No wonder you studied wrong aeroplane too much.
Okay.
But okay, I think that's a really great.
No, hold on. We still don't know what he studied.
What did you end up studying?
I ended up studying marketing and PR.
Oh.
Where?
At Curtin University. It was more of like a spur of the moment decision where I said that, you know what the hell am I doing? Why am I relying on people to make decisions for me? I think I should go out and just like try kind of like want to do whatever I want to do. But
then you did.
The thing is, like, when I was kind of trying to look for what I wanted to do, I was working part-time.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I was broke. So
Yes.
I was working as event companies, right? I was working as their coolies lah, basically, for the lack of a better word.
Yep.
There was this company called Dream State, and the first person that hired me was Kelvin. I still remember his name.
Hey, Calvin, shout out.
No, hold on.
Are we shouting out
the
for
story
good or
yet?
bad?
Yeah, we don't
Yeah,
know the
no,
story yet.
you know, he's a great guy.
Okay,
Thanks,
there we go.
Calvin.
Thanks,
We just-
Calvin.
Yeah.
All lots of
Shout
love
out.
to you, dude.
He's bald.
Okay.
And he
Okay.
is, and he's a TV host as well.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
So one of the first jobs was an Alan Tam concert.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yeah,
Music
and
that
there's
we
this
don't
guy
listen
called
to.
Hacken.
Heckenlee.
Heckenlee.
I don't know how I know that. Don't ask me why.
Yeah. So I was there, and
Right.
my job wasn't with the stage. It was to
be behind stage.
to not even behind stage lah. I was supposed to build all these flyers and all those inflatable balloons
Okay.
that had Chinese words in them.
Okay.
Yeah, that's supposed
So
to.
you
yeah.
built them.
Not like
So
install them
basically
lah.
you-
Yeah. I had I had the freaking pump and everything.
Shucks.
You name it lah, the typical coolie job. And then when the concert was happening, I couldn't understand what was going on stage. But then I saw this guy took like this huge ass camera with a big ass lens and started taking pictures of Alan Tam. And he showed me the pictures like, wow, this is freaking amazing.
Yeah.
How much is this camera? He looked at me, he's like, this one can buy a kanchia lah. And I'm like, oh okay.
I see.
Yeah, and that's what got me intrigued into photography. And actually not in photography, actually stage lighting and stuff like that.
Right.
But you know, like what I'm doing today is a lot of different like people has basically influenced me to do whatever I do today. But radio, okay, like for example, radio was a complete accident. I was there at the right time. Someone did something wrong, and I was there, and they had no one else to choose.
They're like, hey, boy, come on.
Yeah, hey boy, come here.
So how? That's a bit.
You want to do a radio or not? I was like,
Did he offer you candy as well?
oh yeah. Hey, you know my left pocket is something in
That's
there.
crazy, dude. How old were you when you jumped on as a radio DJ for the first time?
I was 23 years old. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
Okay.
23 years old, not knowing what to do. I literally, normally, right? Okay, let me tell you the process of trading in radio. You would go in. You would. I know about this because Maggie has actually come to my
Yes.
station and I've trained her before.
Yeah.
And
Maggie.
then she went off to another station. It's not easy. Yeah, it's not.
not
A
easy,
lot
yeah.
of people think it's very easy. It's not. And Maggie worked really, really hard. By the way, shout out to Maggie because
Maggie,
like, when I
wow.
was training her, they judged her too soon. And after when she went to fly, and I heard her on air, I was like, damn, who's this girl?
It's Maggie. Yeah.
It's like, oh damn, it's
Maggie
Maggie.
Wang.
Damn, it's Maggie.
And then I was like, straight away, I was like, hey, you know what? Hits, you guys kind of missed out.
Oh, Maggie Wang.
Maggie Wang.
Hey, Maggie
Come
Wang.
on.
Oh my gosh.
So you would probably train for at least like 3 months, 4 months.
Yeah, right.
3. Okay, I would say 1 month, then 2 months, then you go on air live.
Yeah.
Right.
Before that, you do recorded shows over the weekend.
Yes.
So I did it all in 1 week because they needed someone so bad.
Oh shucks.
Yeah. So they put me in the most like not listened to time slot, which is 10 to 1. And then before you know it, they gave me the night slot, which was 8 to 12. And
That's prime time. One of the prime times,
Yeah, one of the
right?
prime time.
Yeah.
And I was doing that night show and I loved it. And I brought whatever I loved when I was studying in Australia on the show, which is YouTube.
Yes.
And,
Yeah, I do remember you brought YouTubers onto radio.
Yeah.
That was something that I remember when the YouTube phase was kind of kicking off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, number one, YouTubers were a lot more accessible.
Yes.
And
Compared to like the standard traditional MTV celebrities.
Celebrities,
right?
yeah.
I mean, all these superstars from MTV or all these international superstars, they're hard to get. But when you get to know them, they're no different from you and I.
Yeah.
Most of the time, it's their management who's making them seem like divas.
I was going to say the managers are the ones that had to like get through, right?
Yeah, because my wife used to manage some of them, and yeah. And
first-hand experience.
yeah, and she has to protect their interests.
Right, of course.
But there are some international stars who are divas as well. They'll come to you like, I don't want to do photographs, and then you have to be the bad person to tell people, I'm sorry, he's tired, and blah blah blah, all this bullshit.
Yeah.
So if you guys ever hear Jin say sorry, he's tired, you know.
It's not him.
No, I mean, he's saying on behalf of a guest.
Yes.
On behalf of it. But people think DJing is simple. It's not. We've been to hits when you guys were there as well. These guys are multitasking 4 things at one time while being live on radio.
You have to entertain your guests.
The training is real.
You have to remember what's next. You're also mixing and looking at the clock timer.
I also kind of editing what you recorded at the same time, right?
So the main 2 things about radio, I'm not sure whether it's changed now, but back then, the main 2 main responsibilities of radio is number 1, to sell the music, and number 2, to keep time.
Yeah.
And you know, when the clock strikes 8 o'clock, it has to be 8 o'clock. And you as the radio announcer or the disc jockey or whatever not, is responsible to make sure that everything is all on time.
Yeah.
Sometimes, you know, songs will overrun and you have to delete songs. So that is your job. The morning show is basically made to entertain.
Yes.
That's why you have the gotcha calls. Oh God, gotcha calls and stuff.
The gotcha calls. We'll talk about it in another episode.
Morning show is made to entertain, and then the rest of the day it's more of like just music and in betweens and stuff like that. So
until people get back into the cars again. Get stuck in traffic. Basically, what we're doing now with you guys on podcast.
Correct.
So we're just capturing you while you're stuck in the traffic for a while.
Don't worry, there's no ads gonna pop up in 30 seconds.
Unless you're not on premium.
Then
we can help you.
And right now it's when the Spotify ad will pop up. Okay, no, but yeah. So DJing was kind of where we first kind of heard about you.
Yes.
The morning show. I think because we obviously were driving to college in the morning and your name pops up.
And then your face is on the freaking the
billboard
bridge,
and billboards and everything. I very clearly remember.
I feel like there's we gotta unpack this one in a bit.
No, because I remember when your channel started, I remember it was after some Taylor's event in Wongfu, right?
Yeah.
They really went all out and used your YouTube branding on the bunting.
No, I remember prior to that, it was always morning crew with and Jin, right?
Yeah.
But then after
Suddenly
a while,
it became and JinnyBoyTV.
Correct. And JinnyBoy.
JinnyBoy,
So the backstory to that is when I was in radio, I was never allowed. Here's a funny story.
Right.
I got the nickname JinnyBoy from Ian. He called me JinnyBoy because I was the youngest radio DJ to join the hits. I was the new kid. So they called me Jin. But you know, to make fun of me, he's like, "Hey, JinnyBoy, you know, so good, whatever." And when they saw I didn't like being called JinnyBoy, they kept calling me JinnyBoy. And then the only reason why the nickname stuck was because before Twitter was invented, and then when Twitter came, see how old I am.
Oh boy!
When Twitter came into the picture, we were all actually supposed to look for our nicknames on Twitter. So Ian got his, you know, his name Ian Nazrun. Everybody else got theirs, like Natalie Kanice. Wow, you know, she's such a unique name.
Who's gonna steal it?
Yeah, who's gonna steal it? Then for me, like Jin, your username's taken. I was like, crap.
Jin 1, Jin 2, Jin 3.
Then it's like, it will freaking like, how about Jin 01 or 184 or whatever. So for me, it's like, I put that JinnyBoy. Nobody took it for obvious reasons because it sounds so gay.
Boy.
And that's how I got the nickname.
Yeah.
And it stuck ever since. Yeah.
It's like the gamer tag that you don't. Oh, it's like the first email that your auntie will make you in high school.
Yeah.
And then for some weird reason, like it's an abusive relationship, you just stick to it.
Yeah.
Okay, but I think just kind
it,
of to wrap up that chapter of radio. So that was it was definitely I don't know. I feel like you did a lot of things prior to radio and even more after radio. So I think for everyone who doesn't know, besides having a YouTube channel and being an ex-DJ, Jin is an entrepreneur. He is an ambassador for several brands.
I never ever understood the term entrepreneur. Or I never thought that I am an entrepreneur.
Right.
Until one day someone
like
came up to me, you're an entrepreneur. I'm like, how?
Yeah.
I don't make apps. And I don't make e-wallets or whatever and make apps to whatever.
Well, basically I would feel like the term is kind of like very flamboyant nowadays.
Yeah.
The minute you're self-employed,
you're an entrepreneur. I mean,
you know, that kind of thing.
In some sense, it meets the criteria of the definition of the word. But in a different way to put it, Jin's a great businessman.
Okay, so with regards to that, I think everyone learns like as they go. When you're being put into a spot, like for example, I started the YouTube channel in 2011. I just started it Again, you know, the name JinnyBoyTV came about because I couldn't choose a cooler name. Everything was taken, and nobody chose JinnyBoyTV.
Yeah.
Actually, somebody took JinnyBoy, and I put a TV behind it. And we weren't really running a business off the YouTube channel only until after like 3 years.
Yeah.
You were kind of using it for celebrity interviews, if I'm not mistaken.
I was.
Right?
When I started the channel, it was mainly for celebrity interviews.
Yes.
Anytime I went out, I had a camera with me. I filmed myself interviewing people, and then I would just you know, just like put it up on YouTube, edit it and stuff.
It kind of still had hits branding on it.
Yes.
They kind of used you to like, hey, you film lah, and then you put it there, right?
Yeah.
So
and then they said that, okay, you know what? We will have our own channel. We'll put it up on our channel.
Yeah.
You can not do it anymore.
one of the bad business moves that have been made, but yeah, sure. You know, hey, at least they give you your own channel.
Yeah.
And then I think after a while, you slowly. I think there was that one day you announced that, you know what, I'm gonna stop being a DJ and let's just go all out.
Yeah.
doing YouTube, right?
So okay, so when I started the YouTube channel, I was still doing radio. I was still doing the night show. But when the whole thing exploded, they took me and they put me on the morning show just like overnight.
Yeah.
And I love hits to bits, but doing the morning show was not something that I wanted to do.
Yeah, the sleeping hours and the working hours did not work for normal human beings.
It's like you're having a baby.
Right? I mean, yeah.
You gotta wake up like in the wee hours.
No,
what does that feel like? I know what that's talking about.
Okay.
So I was contracted for 3 years only because there was a steady paycheck. I think like at the end of the 3 years, I was telling myself like, okay, what do I do? I don't want to wake up.
Right.
I like making videos. And you know, I feel like it's okay lah. At that point in time, I thought it was very selfish of me to think that I was like holding myself back. Like when I thought to myself, oh, I'm holding myself back by working in radio, I should leave and do my own thing.
Yeah.
I felt very selfish.
Right.
So I told my boss, look, I'm gonna quit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go out.
I'm
gonna quit. I'm not gonna renew my contract. I'm gonna go out and do this YouTube thing. If I fail, I'll come back. Can or not? And he looked at me. He's like.
Can.
Okay.
And then, but you know, I had to serve 6 months because they had to look for the next morning crew.
Yeah.
Yes.
And when I left, I was jobless. I just got a new home. And I was serving the loan. Michelle was just at a new job, and I was on the verge of kind of going like broke in a sense where I looked at my bank account. I was like, okay, what am I gonna do? So that was probably the scariest part of my life.
It was quite similar to what I experienced, because when we decided to try the YouTube thing out, I had just finished my degree. I told my mom, hey, can I do this? And my mom gave me like a 1 year thing. I told my mom, if I don't do this in a year, I'll do whatever you want me to do after that.
I remember you saying that. Yeah,
there was this trade. Also at the time, I think just getting into the relationship with Suyin as well, a lot of question marks. So it's not as easy. I don't think there's a right time to change in this job.
Yeah.
Right. Mine was a bit different because I came out of college doing that. Like, how was it like already having a stable job and then going into something like this, which was like a huge question mark at the time? Because I think people, I mean, I'll be honest with you guys, a lot of people doubted what YouTube was.
Yeah. Oh yeah, of course.
We actually started as musicians, right? And
Skyward.
yeah, I mean, even before that, even before that, we were doing music covers.
Right.
And bands at that time, the more established ones, would look down on cover bands and saying like, there's no future in YouTube covers.
Yeah.
We look at what things are now.
But when they realized that YouTube could...
Everyone jumped on it.
Yeah,
they
when they realized
jumped
that
on it,
YouTube could bring you like, you know, to bigger audiences doing covers, everybody did it.
Yeah, but back then it wasn't so straight. How did it feel like leaving? I mean, look, the morning show, right, is the promise of a lifetime for a DJ.
It's like the corporate ladder. That's the CEO lah.
Yeah, that's there.
Yeah.
How did it feel leaving something like that? Like, what went through your system? I mean, thinking about your boss aside, right? What actually made you think like, you know what? I'm gonna do this.
Oh, well, in the last 6 months of my contract, I was freaking out because it's like, should I leave? Should I not leave? Should I leave? Should I not leave? Should I leave? Should I not leave? You know? And then this amount of stress that radio is being putting on me, because number one, you're supposed to be funny, and I told them, look, I'm not funny, and don't force me to be funny. So if you listen to the show, the reason why I'm always bullied on air, it's a gimmick.
Right.
It's a strategy. So Ian will always be the cool guy making fun, a small guy making fun of a big guy.
Right.
So that's the strategy, and it works.
Yeah.
And it's not the only strategy that's being used here. It's being used worldwide. You always have that small titty body that always is stronger than all
Kevin
the
Hart,
other
The Rock.
giants. Yes,
Right.
exactly.
Yeah.
So stuff like that. So from a steady paycheck, that when it was scary. It's like first things first. I told Michelle, it's like, hey, if I decide to leave and I don't earn enough money, are you gonna leave me?
I was gonna say, please don't leave me.
Yeah, because like my mom always tells me that, oh, you know, when you earn money, the girls will stick to you and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And Michelle was like, no, I will still stay and support whatever you do. So
Shout out, Michelle.
and it was scary, but I think so Ruben was actually with me on this already. And I was the one who told him, like, hey, why don't you quit your job?
If I quit, quit.
If I'm gonna die, bring one of you with me.
I told him, he was working for an advertising agency.
Right. Yes.
And I told him, like, hey, do you think you wanna quit this job and do this full time? And you know, if it doesn't work out,
just go back to it.
I would pay you for your time,
Right.
and then maybe you can go back to doing whatever you're doing lah.
Right.
And you know, in the midst of finding ourselves and in the midst of me trying to understand how to run a business, I mean, he went to doing lecturing, part-time jobs and stuff like that.
Right.
And then we did get like 1 or 2 jobs coming in every like 4 months, 5 months, and then like that's rough, where you know, things started to pick up a bit. Then Michelle said, okay, I'm quitting my job and I'm coming to work with you.
Oh.
And I'm like, okay, cool. And it's, to be honest, I think Michelle kind of turned the whole company over because she brought her expertise and her connections and her network onto the business.
Wow.
And it was insane. So I like look, everyone cannot be a jack of all trades. Like, you know, you cannot be a creator, you cannot be a businessman, you cannot be a salesperson, you cannot be you know, like for me, as when we found out very clear cut what I was good at presenting, I was good at writing stories, I was good at, like, you know, trying to manage the creative side, and Michelle was great at sales and stuff like that. We went out like that, and then, you know, everybody, and it's something that you learn throughout the way. And then you know, when you start doing a YouTube channel and you suddenly have this amount of fame that comes to you, you always like, oh, you know what? I need a manager to represent me. You know what I mean? All this bullshit. Yeah. And then I realized that, hey, you know what? Why do I need someone to represent? I just go out straight and talk to the person straight.
Yeah.
And
it's more clear cut.
It's more clear cut and it's more genuine in that sense, right? If I really want your business, I'm gonna go out there and try to convince you to spend money with us.
Yeah.
So I guess like when you have all these things like out the window, you know, I guess we found our common ground. Cool, common ground. No plug there, but and we just expanded. And for me, it's like every new idea that came, I said that, hey, I have this idea, can we do it? And then we started a production arm to do like more high quality videos.
Right. Yeah.
And I said, hey, how about this? Can we build talents? And then I started a talent agency. Hey, could we do a podcast? I started a podcast show, and I built a studio that people can basically come in and do their shows on, and stuff like that. So I guess, you know, you learn along the way. There's no right or wrong, but for me, it's like, I'm just grateful.
It's a lot of hard work, right?
Oh, a lot of hard work.
Because before we were just talking about it, kids will come up, you know, college, high school tours and stuff like that. Everyone wants to be a YouTuber.
Yeah.
But you kind of summarize it really nicely. Being a YouTuber is not just about, hey, I'm going to make a video, I'm going to put it up and cross my fingers, get paid at the end of the month. There's so many things you got to do. Yeah. And in this country, being a YouTuber, because of the horrible AdSense, you can't live on being a YouTuber. You have to have someone who is like, okay, how do we go out there and get some brands to work with us? Yeah. Unfortunately, that's a bread and butter. How do you expand the business? And after a few years, how do you expand it some more? Yeah. I think that steep learning curve is what a lot of people miss out, because you're on your own. Yeah.
Like I think like adding to that, what you said, a lot of people ask you, how I want to be a YouTuber. Right. Let me translate that. I want to be famous. That's what they're trying to say.
The glitz and the glam is the main attraction.
You will enjoy the fame until you're like 25. Then when you go 26 and up and you have a girlfriend that's been with you for 2 to 3 years, that you hide from people because you're always afraid that if I post a picture of my girlfriend, my fan base will go down. Bullshit.
Down to Jin. Down to Jin.
So when you see, right, when they do that and they come to a realization point at like 27 years old, it's too late.
Then it's a different ballgame altogether. I feel like then reality hits.
Reality hits hard, man.
Oh yeah.
Because as much as you want to enjoy yourself, when you're dating someone or you want to build a life, people want a normal life.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, people just want, can I go home and have dinner with you safely and possibly have a kid? You know, like and those are things that the YouTube fame. Well, to be honest, if we watch like the Western scene, right, like that is not stability that we see anywhere. To be honest. Okay, we've been talking about a lot of the background and pretty much how pretty much how everything started and stuff. I think we all met each other at a very interesting time.
Yeah.
It's when the time where the scene was anyone's guess. No one knew what was going on.
No one knew.
Yeah.
No, I mean, okay, if you thought you didn't want to be a businessman, we were fresh out of college and wondering like, is this even something we can do?
But that's the funny thing though.
Right.
When you came out of college and you started, I think your business called the Core Studios.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, I was thinking to myself like, shit, these guys have got it all figured out.
Oh,
So Brian, man.
actually, can we
all
tell you
just
the real
Brian.
reason why we called VIP? I'll be very honest with you, right?
Yeah.
I think we had talked. Guys, brands don't want to work with us if they know us as youtube.com/termingthing.
Oh.
We need something that has a Sindiran Baha at the back.
Yeah.
Right.
That was the main reason.
Okay.
Because it was easier to be more legitimate as a company when you work with people, right? That was the only thing we knew. So we said, okay, call. Let's put the studios at the back, like how people put TV and a channel.
Yeah, because
at the back
I
of
remember at
things.
the time, because so we had a conversation about this because people knew you as Jin from radio and then
Yeah.
come into this. Danku had the word productions.
Oh.
Grim had the word films.
Oh.
And we were just like the main thing. Like, what the heck is that? You know? Sounds like a
Okay.
dessert, you know?
Yeah.
So we're like, okay, we need to make this a little bit more
Legit.
formal.
Yeah.
More
Make it
legit.
sound like if you meet the CEO and set up a meeting with him, you're like, I'm meeting who? What? Who are these boys?
What thing?
You know?
Which
Okay.
we
Yeah.
but also I think at that time because we were combating, there was a lot of the whole sellout thing was hitting quite hard at the first early years, right?
Sellout.
Being a sellout, right?
Okay, yeah.
Wow, so many brands on your channel and everything. And we were just trying to create a divide. Like, let's not put too many branded things on TMT so we can do things for brands outside somewhere. Lah.
Oh, okay.
In a nutshell,
That's
Core
a
Studios.
smart move though.
Which was it's still running to today. So
That's great.
it helped a bit. But okay, we talked a lot about stability. The truth of the matter is, in the beginning years, there was a lot of instability.
Oh.
And because everyone was, I think it was a very interesting time. And we were all trying to figure out what to do. I think a lot of people were pretty insecure about everything they were doing.
Yeah.
And someone when you're in the public eye every other day.
Yeah.
You guys, I don't know whether it's a thing that audiences know, but the politics in the YouTube scene were pretty intense.
Yeah, we got politics.
Yeah, it was pretty intense because it was an unsaid thing. But
A lot of people are hearing this for the first time. They're like, what?
Yeah.
Hold on.
TMT and JTV, we have politics.
Actually, it wasn't. Actually, I can say this now. It wasn't even you guys first. Out of nowhere, our
Yeah.
audience started comparing us to Joseph Germani.
Oh.
That was actually our first dive into it. And I remember meeting him for the first time in an event.
Right.
And I'm like, hey, I've never met you before. But he was like, you know,
Oh, okay.
but today I just learned that's his face. And
Oh.
it's pretty much
Joseph's just a quiet guy.
Joseph's a really quiet guy.
Yeah, he
but I
is.
think there was a lot of things that started out because everyone was just trying to make it.
Yeah.
And we didn't know whether there was food on the plate. Today we know it very differently.
Yeah.
Obviously.
I think like well, I'm not sure if it's like along the same line you were saying.
Right.
So like everybody started, we're young. We
Right.
think that there's competition.
Right.
We think that if they did a brand, let's say for example, you guys were with brand A. Crap,
Right.
we won't be able to work with brand A. They took
Right.
our business, they took everything.
Right.
And then you start comparing and you're like, oh
Yeah.
crap, you know, what did they do? We can do better than them.
Then
then
it
branding
became,
is like-
it became very territorial. All right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's not. I don't think. I mean, like I'll admit, I don't think it's only just between like the both of our channels, but
Right.
it's everyone in general. Even until today, everyone is just like, oh, you know, I kind of want to kind of be selfish,
Right.
and
Right.
only look out for myself,
Right.
rather than you know, like okay, like for me, I kind of realized that along the way working and when you run a business, like for me, if you look at my channel, okay, like half the time I don't appear, but we work with everyone. I work with MingY on like films and stuff like
Yes.
that, and I realized that hey, you know.
You gotta do it together.
You gotta do it together.
Yeah.
But like, okay, this is not me being salty, but I don't expect anything in return.
Right.
All right. Like for me, it's like I have given a lot of jobs out
Right.
Yes.
to
You
a
still
lot
do.
of people.
You still do.
I still do
Yeah.
to a lot of people in the industry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never had. I mean, I got lah, but most of them never ever return a favor. Not that I'm expecting to.
Right. Right.
But you know, none of them have ever like, hey man, do you think you want to do this and stuff like that? Because maybe they assume that I'm too expensive.
Right. Right.
Like here's what, like, you know, I've worked with some YouTubers,
Right.
and they work with big brands, and they said that can you appear, and
Right.
I'm not charged up a single cent.
Well,
because I mean, okay, I'll name it for Jared. I said that
Yeah.
please don't pay me.
Right. Right.
And he said he was gonna pay me this amount. I was like, oh, no, just pay me a bit. Because
Right.
why? Why do I?
Right.
I don't feel comfortable making money off like friends. But you know, the thing is, I know it's contradicting what I'm trying to say. That you know, oh, nobody's ever returning favors. Like
Right.
it's more of like what I'm trying to say is like no one's looking out for each
Yeah.
other.
Yeah.
Everyone is just looking out for themselves.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's kind of shitty to see that because I remember telling everyone that, hey, you know what? The more creators that we have, the more YouTubers that we have in this industry,
Yeah.
it's cool that when brands have like a campaign and they come up and they say that, hey, I want to work with the digital space. because we become the default, and that's
we're the
amazing.
Space.
We're the space, and, and that it means that we have already won.
Right.
Because back then when I was in radio, the first thing is when the brand releases something. Okay, cool. We're gonna do traditional. Okay, above the line, below the line. Okay, let's do cinema. Let's do TV. Let's do newspapers. Let's do magazines and whatever not. But now these days, it's more of like, hey, influencers, okay, YouTubers and everything.
Yeah.
It means that
Yeah.
we are the
Top of
default.
mind already.
We're the top of the mind now, right?
Yeah.
I remember there was a time where we had this big event called the OMG.
Oh yeah.
Right? That was the first and last time that community happened.
I know.
Which was quite sad because I think
There's
in
a
YouTube,
lot of power in the first 5, man.
Yeah,
I'm just
because-
gonna say it. Like it was like the oh shucks, man.
Yeah,
What a throwback.
Yeah.
because I think YouTube was essentially built on community, right?
Yeah.
And in Malaysia, I think the younger versions of ourselves definitely did not see the fact that there were only 5 of us.
Yeah, of course.
And there was like not many other people popping up anywhere else.
Yeah.
But I think I think that was something that everyone had to go through in their own way. There was, I mean, let's not even okay, I will bring it in a bit. What really made me appreciate the community here, no matter what was happening, was when I saw communities outside the country.
Yeah.
Not just one country, the international scenes and the things that happen there, and they might be even a smaller industry there.
Yep.
But in my mind, it's like you guys only have yourselves. The TV stars aren't going to fight for you.
Yeah.
The radio personalities aren't going to fight for you. And you guys only have like 3 people or 4 people who are making waves, and you guys want to like, you know, be territorial about this.
From like day
Why?
one.
Why would you do this? You know, you guys are in the best position. And then it kind of like, I don't know, recently it has been all right, people, again, I don't think people know this. We're not so public with shade and drama in KL, right?
Yeah, we're
but
not.
I think recently everyone's kind of grown up. Everyone kind of grown past things.
It's like everyone has grown up,
Yeah.
but a lot of them have grown into different industries.
Yeah, we've all grown very separate.
Yeah.
The remaining few is like, I always see you when we go and pitch stuff, because it's
Damn cool.
basically but I think what clients don't expect is when we cannot do it, we would suggest you, or we only can suggest you. Recently only Dan, hey Dan, what's up? Do you even listen to podcasts Dan? But
I don't know.
recently only Dan has come back with YouTube videos.
Yeah.
So for a very long time, I think what people don't see, or maybe if you're in like from Singapore or Indonesia or whatever scene, clients don't expect it when you say like, maybe I'm not the best fit, you might want to try Jin. Or I'm not the best fit, you might want to try Jared, that kind of thing.
Yep.
This kind of cooperation is not something people are used to.
Yeah.
But it took a while to get here. Just saying. A lot of people would pitch you against each other.
Yeah.
Because I think the normal mindset of an industry is like so.
Yeah, like for, I mean, this is a common practice, I guess. You know, agency will come to you, then will come to me. Then after will go to other YouTubers,
Get the best prices.
they get the best price, and then go pitch it to the client, and then based on what they think they could basically earn off of, they would pitch that particular channel. Maybe, I'm not saying that they do.
Right.
And then, you know, when they get the job, and let's say for example, brand A came to you, came to me, right? And then I know that they came to me, and I know that brand A has a potential of working with me, and then you guys got it, and then after I'll be like, dang it,
Right.
dang it, dang it. Yeah. So I think like when you're young, you tend to always like, you know, compare yourself, and then always try to say, oh, how come we can't get it? You know, and you always like that ego be like, oh, don't you think I'm better? You know, why you know, is it us? Is it a prize? Then you start thinking a lot of things. Your mind plays a lot of tricks on you and stuff like that.
And even more so because this industry is based on social media, number one.
Oh yeah.
And the response is literally immediate. I think there was a time where YouTube boomed, like it just blew up.
Oh yeah.
Right. And it's kind of funny because at that time where we should have felt comfort that a lot of people are listening to us, when the competition happened, it felt like, no, we need more people to listen to us. Are we doing the wrong thing? Are we not doing this right now? Man, if ourselves 5 years ago could hear what this is, I think the scene would be very different. But
yeah,
hey,
it will be.
This is a good time to put a plug in. We're going to be talking more about this over at MingH Sessions. I don't know how to plug it on Spotify, to be honest. How you do it?
So if you're listening on Spotify, you can watch the takeaway table, or just a table talk on YouTube.
One of the above.
Yeah,
and
on
then
Spotify.
Search up MingH Sessions. There's only one result because no one else in the world uses MingH. So you pretty much find it's a nice yellow background.
It was like how to say a common thing that I used to tell my friends. Hey, John, MingH Session.
Can I be honest? We almost named this MingH Sessions.
Oh
too.
really? Oh my god!
It was one of the options.
No joke,
one of the options.
Oh my god!
Yeah. All right. We will definitely be talking more about this topic on MingH Sessions. But moving on from this, I think one thing that we really wanted to ask you because of where you've been able to go. I think when you were spearheading, when you're still spearheading the YouTube community in Malaysia, you've had a lot of exposure outside. And because I think we're listening to this on Malaysia Day, right?
Yeah. Happy Malaysia Day.
Happy Malaysia Day.
Happy Malaysia Day.
A very big thing that we face as well when you become a Malaysian creator is that comparison to foreign stuff.
Right.
Why I like to watch the Ang Mo show and not this. And you've been on the other side, literally.
Yeah.
With Asians in the Ang Mo land. And you've been on radio and you've been in the entertainment industry. What is this whole perspective of foreign is better?
I think when I was working in radio, there is the West is best mentality. Everybody thought of that. Because all mainstream media were only playing things from the West. And I think mainstream media, I would say mainstream media because they are the biggest influence at that point in time. We had nowhere else to go when it came to you know,
there was no homegrown indie scene, right?
There is, but it was not just, you know, they didn't have that much of backing in terms of fundings to promote it. I mean, what makes a great movie sell? Millions and millions of dollars of marketing budget,
which we don't have.
Yeah, I mean, like today, right? When you go to cinemas, some Hollywood movies, right, sucks. Yeah, but you know, they still make like a few million in box office. Why? Yeah, it's because of marketing. So the thing is, I mean, I read about this in an article. I think Sharifah Amani talked about it very briefly. I won't go in depth into it. I don't want to misquote her, but I mean, in my understanding, I feel like the content industry, the film industry in Malaysia is a long way to go. And in supporting their own homegrown stuff. I mean, like, look, just the other night I watched Fly By. Did you guys watch Fly By Night?
No, I've heard a lot about it.
It's on Netflix now, right?
Yeah, it's on Netflix now. It's I mean, I wish I went to the cinemas.
It's a Chinese show, right?
It's a Chinese show, but you know, it's in a Malaysian setting. To be honest, it's better than some of the Hong Kong gangster movies out there. Like, it's directed by Zahir Omar, by a Malay director, and it's like a Chinese film. You know?
Fun fact: one of the cast in Fly By Night is also on GTV.
Love at First Swipe.
What's his name?
It's Cikgu Chong, Fabian.
Fabian. There we go.
It's so weird seeing Cikgu Chong be a gangster.
Gangster, right? Yeah. His image is totally different.
So the funny thing is, like, you know, I have. In my line of work, I've been really lucky to meet a lot of people overseas, whether it's celebrities and stuff like that. Some of the celebrities I do keep in touch with, and mostly YouTubers, because the YouTube community it's amazing. It's an amazing place. I've been able to meet a lot of YouTubers from different countries, mainly from LA and states like that. You may think that the first time when I started doing YouTube, people think, oh, you're a Wong Fu wannabe.
We get that a lot as well.
Yeah, you guys are Wong Fu wannabes. Do short film Wong Fu wannabes. You do a vlog. You're a Logan Paul wannabe, Casey Neistat wannabe. You know, if you do funny, like if you like Joseph Jamani when he did his own like skits on, you're a Ryan Higan wannabe. Everybody just automatically labeled everyone like that. But the thing is, like, why? You know why? Because people were not used to seeing our own local homegrown people create content,
make our own stuff.
Nobody did it. And when people started doing it, you know, people don't know. They're like, okay, what am I supposed to react to this? It's funny, but I think the one's funnier. You know,
and as Asians, I think we tend to judge. Our first reaction is to judge, and so that's why there was that immediate you're trying to be like this and that, right?
And the funny thing is, like, everybody in the States, you know, after we connected, they watch all of our stuff. They watch your stuff. Wong Fu watches your stuff. They watch my stuff. And then once in a while, they'll just text, hey man, I saw this and it's pretty great. It's great what you guys did. Or it's some pretty good stuff. And I'm like, yeah, thank you. And you see, the thing is, they think the same too. It's like, sometimes they be like, oh, I wish I would have thought of that. You know, and here you are thinking about yourself like, man, I wish I would have thought of what they did in the States. And then when they came and said, oh, I never actually thought of doing it that way, and be like, oh, that's
you're
really
still
humbling.
human.
So I mean, I would say that social media has given a lot of opportunity to the creators, basically the untapped market of creators to basically showcase their talent and stuff like that, for people to basically accept the fact that, hey, this is our local talent, this is our local culture, and being featured into comedy sketches and stuff like that, to be watched by hundreds of thousands of people from around the world. Basically made it more acceptable, more normal for people. Like, you know what? Look at Michelle Yeoh. She goes on Star Trek, right? And talk about Langkawi and speak in the Malaysian slang. So you know, if Americans can make fun of the Chinese language and speak like that, you know, which is a horrible accent, right?
I don't even know where it's from, to be honest.
So that's just an accent. So what's wrong with our accent? That, to be honest, our accent sounds so much better than the so-called American trying to make a sound Asian accent. So
I don't even understand that, to be honest.
I think it's a double-edged sword when like kids who diss Malaysian content or like audiences who don't like local, suddenly they flip and like, hey, I want to become a YouTuber. And suddenly you're confronted with all this kind of your own perspectives of like, yo, West is best. Oh, no one's ever going to support me. Why? Because you never supported your own local stuff.
Yeah.
And I mean, for lack of a better example, I know like, I think it was you guys who was trying to push the Malaysian 10 when you guys on radio, right?
Yeah.
To give a space for someone to play Malaysian music on radio.
So hits, that was, I think, Jake Man's idea. He was, there's a Malaysian English top 10 that plays every Sunday to play Malaysian music. But what I wished was for that Malaysian English top 10 to be on the regular rotation.
Exactly. Like even, it was a small step.
Yeah.
But I think it only will happen like with a change of mindset, particularly because like even though when we're doing YouTube stuff, right, we do know production houses and they will always say like, wow, they wish we can do this, they wish they could do that, and I'm here looking at like, you guys got like 10 times more resources than us, 10 times more skill, and the difference is we really do not hesitate spending our own money making our own content for no brands. And I think until that changes, a lot of local stuff begins, that the perception of that change begins with us as creators. I'm only saying this because it's Malaysia Day and we're all Malaysia Day made. As much as I would love to say it's an audience mindset, as a creator in Malaysia, if we don't get past the own mindset of like, hey, we're never going to make something better than Marvel, unless we set our sights that high. And it's always nice to know that I think when you brought Wong Fu over as well, that whole scene is very aware of any English Chinese content, English made by Asians content all over the world. That bridge to the international scene is getting shorter and shorter every year because of the internet. And that mindset, I guess, if there's any goal, I think there has been a really nice add-on to this whole thing that we've been doing on YouTube, is that because we don't sound too ching chong anymore, we can make content that is put out there to the world.
Of course.
Obviously, we do not have, the millions of views that's on the videos. It's not all by Malaysians. It's like it's by Malaysians staying overseas. No, it's by all, basically Angmos are watching, foreign people are watching, international people are watching. I think that mindset
Indian people are watching, India's
T-series.
Mass. Oh my gosh.
Actually, it's true. We had an influx of like Indian audiences out of nowhere, right?
Yeah. And you know, and they say, oh, I can relate to this. I was like, what?
Oh, what?
Wow, okay, cool.
Right. That there we go. I think what I'm trying to get at is like, I think
Bob.
It is Malaysian. No.
Sorry.
I think what I'm trying to say is like, I think if there's anything I would like to say like this Malaysia Day, is that we have pretty good stuff happening in Malaysia itself, and that support that we could have loved to have all this time. Please support local. Always support local things, and it's not as easy as you think. Trying to start up something and only to have your own local audiences compare it to like, hey, you copycat. You know?
Oh yeah.
Please don't please help us a bit
Yeah, it's funny that you mentioned Marvel and Disney stuff, right? You know, there are a lot of animators who did Marvel. They're all Malaysians.
Correct.
Yeah, the one who did the Spider-Man, all the way, you did the Star wrote an article about it. It's done by a Malaysian.
Yeah.
We interviewed a Malaysian who basically all the texture of hair in Inside Out.
Right.
Like it's all done by a Malaysian girl.
Yeah. Even the Life of Pi, all the studios are
yes, it was in Malaysia.
Oh yeah.
So why do they doubt our Malaysian talent? To be honest,
Is it we need to stem the cover and the thumbnail with Angmo face?
I feel like maybe this Malaysia Day is just a good opportunity for us to kind of think about all that. The grass is greener on the other side, right? Like having that mentality all the time. It's great.
Well, technically now the grass ain't too green on the other side with the Amazon burning. So, it's a bit greener here, to be honest.
Like literal.
Literally.
I think we're in a very good place as Malaysians to kind of look back and examine ourselves. We don't like the content that's being locally made, so that's why we make our own content. Right?
But the younger generation are coming out to make amazing content. And again, because I just watched it, I'll say Zahir Omar did
Fly by
something.
Night, man.
Yeah, it's freaking amazing. I watched it, I was like, whoa.
Yeah, guys. Whether it's a YouTube series, whether it's a film, whether it's music from people like, you know, Nick Seghao, Lost Spaces, all these people, so friggin' amazing. And I feel like there's so much room to grow, but it's not gonna happen if we don't give it a chance to grow. Right.
To wrap this up, before you guys head over, or if you're coming over for Mama Sessions, what is something you would like to tell the big-eyed, wondering audience, Jin, that are coming up to you? And Jin, you are the, you know, role model. I want to be everything. Maybe I want to become DJ first before I become YouTuber, because I want to be big.
What's the nice?
I'm a horrible role model. Don't follow me. Actually, to be honest, like I won't dwell too much into this, but that one person that was a really big role model to me, that basically made me. To be honest, I'm copying whatever he's doing. I won't say copying. Whatever he do, I do. Is Wang Li Hong. I was very lucky to meet him when I was 13 years old.
I know the picture.
Yeah, and I met him for different years.
Right.
And
fanboy here.
Only because, like, you know, my family member used to manage his promo, so we were lucky enough to meet him and his family. And meeting him before he became famous, and then as he became famous, he became, like, you know, there's a layer of bodyguards all over. One thing still remained true. He was a really down to earth, humble guy. And then, you know, that kid in me at the time when I was 15 years old said, I want to be him. You know what I mean? I want to be him. Oh, he's singing. Okay, I'll do music. That's why I had a band. Oh, he's doing directing. He's making music videos. Okay, I want to make music videos. And that's why I got into music videos and stuff like that. And yeah, so, you know, it's great to have a role model. I won't say I'm the best role model, but, you know, it's always good to have a role model and look up to that person. And then when people say that you're copying that person, you know what? Because that person inspired you. But further down the line, you're gonna find your own true self, and then you know that own true self is gonna come out and shine. So, you know, my one word to everyone out there is, like, you know, always just, you know, it's great. It's always great to follow. If you're gonna make vlogs and people call you a Casey Neistat copycat, okay, cool, no problem.
Hey, at least you're making something.
You're making something, but, you know, you're gonna take that very personally, and then you're gonna try to get away from the whole Casey Neistat mindset, and then you're gonna find your own style. And you know, and before you know it, you know, you're on your own and you're doing better, and then that's it. You know, and then you're gonna be saying the same thing when you come on the table talk and say that you know. Be yourself and stuff like that.
Be yourself. We're 60 years old and hungry. Thanks so much, Jin, for joining us today. MingY, do you have anything to say to sweet people of the earth?
Man, let's try to waste less, guys.
Sorry?
Just zero waste, man. Let's try it.
Okay.
I can't do it, but maybe some of you can.
Sorry. Okay.
I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with this.
Have a great Malaysia Day, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to Locally Made. I mean, if you tune into YouTube, you can see it's really locally made. We all made this today.
Legit.
You can listen to Table Talk on Spotify, on iTunes, and also on YouTube if you want to see their beautiful faces.
That is absolutely accurate. Hope you guys can stop over at MingH Sessions after this for part 2 of this. We are literally heading to Jin's studio after this.
No, we're actually going over, but I think our podcast might come out earlier.
Yeah, definitely.
So maybe.
Oh wait, mine might come out before. Yeah, so whatever it is. Right?
Listen to both, man.
Listen to both to get a major insight on whatever the YouTube community and how it's evolved and everything.
Excited for that one.
If this was the appetizer to the spice that might be on MingH Sessions.
That's right. Thanks for being here with us, Jin.
Thank you very much.
We'll see you guys in the next podcast. Be sweet, be safe, get nasty.
Okay.